A lot of brands are launching cushion foundations, and today I'm going to compare the Yves Saint Laurent cushion foundation to the new L'Oreal cushion foundation on my mature skin. Hi, I'm Rosanna, and I'm testing these foundations on my real skin. I've got my skincare on, I've got my sunscreen on, I'm well hydrated. So what's a cushion foundation? It's basically a liquid foundation soaked into a sponge instead of a compact. So instead of pumping product onto your hand, you press a puff into the cushion and tap it onto your skin. They're popular because they're quick, portable, easy to touch up, and often give beautiful skin, like radiant finish. Now, I like the idea of having something portable. I'm not sure about the little spongy poof, but we'll see. This is my first impression. I bought the Yves Saint Laurent 2 weeks ago, and I went into Sephora to get like a good shade match. Now, the Yves Saint Laurent is $49 retail, and it's about 12 grams of product. The L'Oreal cushion is more affordable at around $19, and I bought that one at the drugstore. I couldn't really try that on because you can't try things on there at the drugstore, so I made an educated guess. So the Yves Saint Laurent cushion is designed to provide a radiant, hydrated finish with medium to buildable coverage. It contains ingredients like hyaluronic acid, basically a lot of skincare inspired ingredients to keep the skin looking fresh and luminous. The L'Oreal cushion also has hydrating ingredients to give you a nice glow, also contains hyaluronic acid, and is designed to be a little bit more lightweight and natural looking to give you a little bit more natural coverage while just evening out the skin tone. So the question is, can the drugstore option give us the same beautiful finish as the luxury version? Because there's a $30 difference in price, and that's, quite a bit of money. So I'm going to apply the Yves Saint Laurent on this side and the L'Oreal on this side. So first, here is the gorgeous packaging. If you can see it, it's light pink. It feels kind of like a leather, a poofy leather. It's really pretty. And I'm an LN10. And I'm glad I went into Sephora to get a shade match because I thought I would be lighter, but I really actually could have gone with the MN, but I decided to do the last in the light neutral. And so here it is. It kind of looks darker, but it's not. Now, I guess a little goes a long way. So I'm taking my little poof and I'm just kind of patting this a little bit more. And now I'm just gonna go in, and that is really nice. And you can see I'm getting in really close. I think that's a really perfect match. So I'm glad I went with the LN. Again, I could have gone one up, but maybe for the summer since I'm using my Jergens tanning, but I think this is really nice. And I'm just kind of blending and just kind of patting onto my face. So right away, I feel like it's very lightweight. It blends like really effortlessly. It's giving me a glow and smoothing over. Let's see if it gets my redness here, my nose. And let's see if it can cover like my sun damage a bit. Yeah, that's really not bad at all. So I guess it's medium, but I think you can definitely build it up. It looks very polished. I'm definitely, let me get a little bit more. Like I said, a little goes a long way. I don't want to go overboard here, and I probably will blend it out with a brush a bit. All right, so let's take a look. I'm going in with my smaller Kevin Aucoin brush just in case there's like excess, and I just wanted to make sure it's blended well and get down here on my neck. Okay, so I'm gonna get up close and personal here and let you see. I think it builds really nice. I think it's got a nice radiant glow. It looks really natural, but it didn't cover here. Okay, so definitely medium, but the radiance is definitely there, really nice. So I'm very happy with this shade. Okay, next up, we're doing the L'Oreal, and my shade in L'Oreal was 140 Neutral. And again, it was kind of hard because I was at the drugstore and they were out of, I think, like the next shade up, but I thought that might have been too dark. So this is the L'Oreal, and you can see the mess behind me here in the mirror. So I'm going in again with my little poof sponge, and I'm just kind of getting it to blend into my skin with the sponge. Okay, I think this is a really good match too. So I'm gonna get really up close so you can see the shade. Yeah, I mean the shade, it just really melts right into the skin. So I think I did pretty good with shade matching, considering I couldn't like try the L'Oreal on. And again, I normally wouldn't do something brand new. You know, I kind of wait for the hype to get over, but I was at the drugstore and I said, why not? So let's see, do I need a little more? Maybe a little bit more on the nose for my redness. I feel like this has a little bit more coverage, even though this one's supposed to be more light. I don't know. Let's see. I'm getting in there. So I'm gonna get up close before I blend it. I definitely have to blend it. I think I put a ton on here. So let's see. I think it looks pretty good. It's very moisturizing. It goes on, it feels like cool, and I think it's building really nicely. It gives a fresh, natural finish. So let's look. But I honestly think it has more coverage than the Yves Saint Laurent, even though I think the Yves is supposed to give you more coverage. So I'm going in with my other Kevin brush here to just make sure there's no excess. Get in my nose here. Let's blend down to the neck area. All right. And let's see in terms of radiance. I mean, I think this has some luminosity, definitely around here. Let's see what it looks like in my nose. Let's blend here, because that's usually like a problem area. All right, I'm just gonna step back and let you see. Okay, I think this has more radiance, the Yves Saint Laurent side. I think this has more coverage, and this I think is more definitely medium, and almost, I wanna say like a very soft matte. So I'm just gonna step back and let you see, and now I'm gonna get up really close. So that's the Yves Saint Laurent, and this is the L'Oreal. Both very nice. I mean, they feel really nice on, very moisturizing. I could definitely see myself throwing either of these in a bag and just going and touching up. I think this is really a beautiful product, both of them. So now I'm gonna go do my makeup. I'll come back and show you what that looks like, and then I'm gonna do a wear test for about 6 to 8 hours. It's really early morning here, so I'll get to wear it for a while. So I've applied my makeup, and looking at my skin right now, both foundations look good. My complexion looks even, fresh, and pretty glowy on both sides. Now I did add some highlighter with my makeup, but I think the Yves Saint Laurent is a little bit more radiant, and the L'Oreal side still looks a smidge like a little bit more coverage, I think, but a little less radiance. So I think if I wasn't looking like this close up, I don't think I would immediately notice a huge difference between the two. So far, they're performing well. I just put my makeup on, like I said, and the real test starts now. I'll be wearing these throughout the day. It's early in the morning, so I'll definitely be able to get an 8-hour check-in. So I'll check back then to see if it settles in my fine lines or if it, maintains this healthy glow. Everything I'm wearing will be in the description. And I'm also going to check back in a second and show you what this looks like in more natural light as well. So I'm checking in front of my window where there's a lot of light. And again, this is the Yves Saint Laurent side. This is the L'Oreal side. So they both look pretty good. This is definitely radiant, but my makeup, I did add highlighter. So I just want to check here, the nose, wearing well, wears well here, underneath. This is the L'Oreal side, definitely also gives some radiance, but I did add highlighter with my makeup. And I think looking like this, you really can't tell much of a difference. So we'll see how it actually wears, but I almost feel like this has a little bit more coverage, even though this is supposed to be medium and this is supposed to be more lightweight. But looking at them both from this angle, you really can't tell a difference. The shade matches are really good, and I'm just gonna wear it throughout the day and see how it goes. So I'll see you in about 8 hours. So earlier today, I applied the Yves Saint Laurent cushion on this side of my face and the L'Oreal cushion on this side. Both went on beautifully, gave medium coverage, and felt lightweight on the skin. This is an 8-hour check-in. So we're at the 8-hour mark, and here's what I'm seeing. The Yves Saint Laurent side still looks very smooth and skin-like. My pores are minimally visible, even around the nose area. I think it still looks good. Coverage is pretty good. I think it remains fresh. There's still a little bit of a glow, but not as much as when I first applied it. The coverage has faded slightly, but overall, I think it still looks good and polished. I'm standing in front of my window, so I'm hoping you're getting to see what it looks like in, you know, natural light. And the L'Oreal side also has held up surprisingly well. I'm noticing a little bit of radiance still, but coverage-wise, I think it's faded. So I think my skin is definitely more visible, and I'm just gonna get in the nose. I think it's a little tiny bit of caking here, but not really too bad at all. So I think the Yves Saint Laurent side looks a touch smoother and more refined, while this one has less like of a perfected finish. Now, I didn't touch anything up. I didn't touch my blush up. The only thing I touched up is my lipstick, that's it. So my final thoughts, if budget is not a concern, I think the Yves Saint Laurent is the way to go for longevity and overall finish. But I am surprised at how close the L'Oreal cushion comes. So for a fraction of the price, you're saving $30. I think it gives a very similar look. And after 8 hours, I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Which side looks better to you? One more time, the Yves Saint Laurent or the L'Oreal? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.